Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, my face is like half done right now, so I need to go ahead and do my face makeup, but we're going to be testing out the Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation from The Body Shop. I have had this for like 3 weeks now. I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. I had time to film it and test it and try it out for you guys on camera, so I'm really excited to try it. I hope it's not too dark because I got this when I was a little bit more self-tanned and stuff than I was right now, so hopefully we can just make it work. But I like kind of swatched it in the store and it seemed really like thick and nice coverage, and it really had me interested too that it said skin clarifying, because obviously my skin can use all the help it can get. So a couple of the claims it has, I'll just quickly tell you. It says it's a matte, high coverage, 24-hour long wear, 24-hour shine control, 24-hour breathable wear, promotes clearer looking skin and non-pore clogging, 100% vegan, blah blah blah. Okay, so anyways, the color I got is Savannah Pecan, number 42, and this comes with 1 fluid ounce, which is really typical for a foundation. In fact, sometimes you'll see when they're really thick like this, sometimes they'll come with even less. So the fact that it has a full 1 fluid ounce is good. And it was like I want to say it was like $16, which is like kind of right in the middle between like a drugstore and a high-end foundation. Most high-end you'll pay like $32, $36. Drugstore you can pay anywhere from like $5 to $12. So it's kind of right in that middle range. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to perform. So we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started, I sprayed a little bit of the Mario Badescu skincare facial spray, and this has aloe, herbs, and rose water, it says. And this is just good to give it like a little bit of moisture, just gives a teeny bit of hydration into your skin, just a nice light mist. So I did that, and then I just kind of fanned it in with my princess fan. Okay, so now that that is pretty much dry, and it leaves it a teeny bit tacky, which I really like for under foundation. It just really helps things kind of grab on and hold tight. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like. It's just a little squeezy tube, so I think I'm going to... That's like the thickness. So as you can see, it's pretty thick. It's a teeny bit runny still. I mean, it doesn't just totally sit in one place on my finger. It kind of has like a tea tree-ish type of a smell. It smells really nice, just kind of like a refreshing spa-ish smell, you know what I mean? And I'm going to do a brush on one side and a sponge on the other side. So this is the one I usually, if I use a brush, then I usually use the e.l.f. brush. Ooh, look at that coverage. Oh my heck, that is like the perfect match to my neck. Like, honestly, I don't think I have any other foundations that match that well as this one does. This matches perfectly to my neck, so that's awesome. I'm really, you see that? Nothing ever matches that close. So that's really cool. Okay. So the brush is, I'm loving it so far. Okay, that looks so nice. That is a huge difference on the before and after so far. Okay, so on the other side, I'm going to use a sponge. And so far, I'm really loving this too. You guys know I love the finish that a sponge gives. Okay, so really pretty similar results whether I use a brush or a sponge. Okay, so far I am so impressed. I love the foundation this far. And it's really, do you see how it's pretty matte, but it's not a totally flat drying matte? I'm loving kind of the finish that it's giving. I want to try and build it up just a little bit, not necessarily because it needs it, but I want to see kind of how well it can build up. And I can always use a little more coverage. So I'm just going to kind of put it right on my really troubled areas, which always is like my cheeks. And I just want to kind of see how well it builds up. If it gets cakey fast. Oh, it just built up beautifully. That just gave like a really airbrushed finish. You guys, a second layer makes the biggest difference. It just takes, I don't know, more is more. This foundation is gorgeous. I'm loving it so far. Okay, I'll zoom in a little bit and just kind of show you the finish that it's giving. Obviously my skin is not great, but this is sitting so nice. It's not sinking in into any fine lines. It's really kind of setting down really nicely. So far I am really loving it. Okay, so now I'm going to go through, finish my face makeup, and then I'll come back and tell you just kind of if it's still sitting nice, if everything worked well with it, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll do check-ins after that. So I'll see you in just a minute when everything's done. Okay, I'm back with everything else on. You guys, I am loving, loving, loving this foundation right now. It's airbrushed, it's beautiful, it feels nice and soft, it just like blurred everything. The coverage is great, but it still feels really, really light. It doesn't feel thick and cakey. Right now, I only have really good things to say about it. I'm so excited to see how it's gonna wear throughout the day, see if it stays looking this good all day. I'll kind of just come in a little bit closer so you can kind of see. Obviously, you guys know I'm dealing with some acne right now, so maybe let's look at like my forehead because there wasn't really a lot, but just it's sitting so nice on my skin. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Not anything bad to say. It worked so well with all the other products that I used. I went through and set everything again with that, that same spray. Oh, one thing I was going to mention too, that I'm just going to heavily recommend to you guys is the new Ulta, actually I don't know if it's new, but it's the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Concealer, Liquid Concealer. It says it's waterproof. It's like the Tarte Shape Tape. It's insane. The coverage, it doesn't crease that much, or ever. It doesn't crease like once you set it at all. It's amazing. You guys should definitely check it out, and you can get it on sale. Ulta always has sales on their Ulta brand stuff. So I was just going to mention that too. But other than that, let me see what time it is. It is 12:13 right now, so we will I'll just kind of keep up with you guys throughout the day, and we will continue to see how it does. Hello you guys, I'm back for a check-in. It is now 3:30 on the dot, so it's been on for just over 3 hours now, and it looks completely untouched, exactly how I left it earlier. I'm absolutely loving it still. It still is a very, very positive check-in. So pretty much all I've done is I ran a couple errands, and then I came home. I wasn't feeling that great, so I laid down and like had a little nap, and it still looks like this after a nap too. So it's holding up a lot better than I expected it would. It's totally matte. It feels totally soft, like feels like kind of velvety. I love that feeling too. So it's like easily becoming my favorite foundation if it keeps wearing this way. The one thing I will say is I don't know if I would need to set it down as much as I did with powder. I probably wouldn't need as much powder because it really dries down matte on its own, and it's almost like my face is a little bit tight with how like, I mean, it's just like so oil fighting that my face is almost tight because it's as like dry and stuff as it is, which I love because I have oily skin. If you are someone with dry skin, I would recommend really moisturizing before using this, but I'm loving it. I mean, I just have only really good things to say about it right now. It just looks so airbrushed. I can't get over just how like airbrushed it looks. And the other thing that I'm really impressed with is that I didn't use a primer, and it's like filled in everything so well, and so I'm so impressed with it right now. So it's only been on for 3 hours, but I'll do another check-in a little bit later, but it's a really positive check-in for right now. Okay, I'm back to do another quick little check-in. It is now 8:18 at night, so it's been on for 8 hours now. It's getting a tiny bit oily in the T-zone areas, but that's actually kind of the areas that more so had like concealer, so I think it's just maybe that's why it's breaking up a little bit, because it was foundation and concealer, so it's just kind of more, like more layers of makeup and that. Nothing has like broken up anywhere. It's a teeny bit oily in the T-zone, like I said, but it's not broken up. It's really kept its coverage really well. It's holding on everything really, really well too. I think we're actually going to go and play racquetball at the gym, but before I go and do that, I kind of just want to like touch up the areas that are a little bit oily, and then we'll see how it holds up from the gym. Okay, so to touch up and just see how it, the other thing I like to test on a foundation is like when I do touch it up and put a little bit of powder on, is it just going to look really good again, or is it going to get really cakey again? So that's one of the things that I like to test also. Okay, so with the teeniest bit of powder, it just really looks like fresh and new again, so I'm still really loving it. Really positive check-in, and I'll probably do one more check-in to wrap up this video after we get back from the gym, so I will see you soon. Okay, I'm back for a final check-in. It is now 10:23 at night, so it's been on for just about 10 hours, or a little over 10 hours now. So, okay, it looks really, really good still. It's breaking up a little teeny bit on the forehead, and like I said, I just went to the gym, so it's like, and after a long day. But I love it. I really am impressed with it. I'm definitely going to keep using it. I'm going to recommend it. Really full coverage. Really, it lasted a long time. It stayed nice and matte for the most part. And I think it's really a good foundation. It's about half the price of a full, of a high-end foundation. And I think it works pretty dang similarly. It's like real similar to like the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. That's probably what I would maybe compare it to. And I would probably reach for this like just as much as I'd reach for that one. So it definitely has my stamp of approval, and you guys will have to let me know if you try it and if you like it as well. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.